So we're continuing now with our video on creating Kanban layouts in a list control, and now we're going to basically define some JavaScript so that we can add a little color swatch to each row in the list to indicate what category it's in. So we'll go back into the designer now and open up the list builder and move over into the Kanban settings, and you can see here we have a property called the color JavaScript. So we'll open up the builder here, and now we can define the JavaScript that specifies the color for each row. So the code that we write here can reference the data object, and within the data object we can reference the individual fields in each row. So we would like to basically specify that if the category is, say, qualified, the color is pink. If it's a prospect, it might be orange, etc. So let's just go here and I'll copy some code in from the clipboard and then just paste it in. So you can see how we say that basically if the category is qualified, we're pink, otherwise it's orange, blue, green, or red. So we'll go ahead there and click OK. And next we need to go and actually utilize this value in the template. So if we go now and we run the component, we're not going to see any colors because our template doesn't use those color settings. So we'll go back now into our template and we'll get rid of this template and replace it with a different template that uses color settings. So we'll go back to predefined templates, and this time I'm going to choose this template over here. So we can see that inside this template we have a reference here to this JavaScript function which returns the color that we'll use to set the background of this div over here. So let's go and put your placeholders go here. We'll replace that with company and amount. Then I'm going to move amount onto the next line as we did previously. So I'll put in a BR over there. Let's go ahead now and go into working preview. And so now basically what we see is for each row in the list we see the little color swatch, and if we move, say, lazy country store into the lost category, then we'll see that it changes over to red. So basically the next thing that we want to do now is add in a footer at the bottom of each group that has the amount of the dollar amount totaled up for all the records in the group. What we'd also like to do is format this data so that this shows with a $ and commas separating the thousands. So let's first of all go back to this list and change the height to be, say, 6 inches so that we can see the entire list without having to scroll. So we'll go back there, and now we can see the whole list without scrolling. And now let's go and define a formatting expression for this for this quantity, this amount field over here. So we'll go back into design mode, open up the builder, go over to the list layout, and we're going to go here to the amount field and define a formatting expression. So we want to format this field over here. So we'll put our cursor just right there after amount but before the closing paren, and we'll go here and we'll say formatting directives. We'd like a numeric format, and we're going to choose this format here, which is basically a $ with the thousands separator, but we don't need the additional format for a negative number. So I'm going to go there and get rid of that, click OK. So you can see now our formatting directive has been added into the template placeholder. So we'll go ahead now and let's just save that and go over into working preview. So now we see that our numbers have been nicely formatted, and now let's go and add the group footer to each category. So we'll go back into the designer, go over to list properties, scroll down to the Kanban settings, and then we'll specify that each category has a footer, and then our footer HTML is an expression. So I'll go here and I'll say amount, I'll say total amount colon, and now I want to put in the total amount for this category. So I'm going to just go here and use the insert summary field value. So the field that I want to summarize is amount, It's a numeric field in the video showing how we add a summary value into the group footer for each category. So we're summarizing the amount field. It's numeric data. We'd like to choose the sum amount, and then let's go and format it. Again, we'll choose the dollar sign, but we'll get rid of the options for negative numbers. So we'll go ahead there and then click OK. So you can see that basically the genie has entered this code for us over here. So let's just go ahead now and click OK, click OK, click OK there, and go over into working preview. And now we can see at the bottom of each category we have a summary amount, and if I move something from a different to a different category, the totals at the bottom will adjust. So if I move this category, move this over there, when I drop, you'll see that the dollar amounts in each footer automatically adjust. So what we've shown now is how we go from a very simple Kanban list to a Kanban that has dynamic colors for each row in the Kanban list, and how we've basically formatted the numeric fields and added in a summary value in the group footer. Thanks very much for watching.